Good morning, good evening, and good day. Thank you so much for watching Attack Power Gaming. We're going to finish up the Axis divisions of the Italy DLC here with the 26th Panzer. If you enjoy this content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing for more Steel Division 2 content. So for our last quick video here, we're going to go over what I believe is easily the strongest of the new Axis divisions, the 26th Panzer. I'm going to go out a limb here and call this the new 20th Panzer. This deck is very strong. It has, I would say, no glaring weaknesses whatsoever. It's just an overall really strong deck. I had a hard time fitting everything I wanted into it. I didn't find anything lacking. This is a good deck. This one's going to mix up the meta. This is going to hop right up there, I think, right next to the 20th Panzer because it functions almost identically, has all those tools, and I think even a little bit more than the 20th Panzer has. This could be an S tier division. I'm going to go out on a limb and call it before I've ever even played it. I know, bold. So recon tab, extremely varied. Not a lot of infantry, but tons of tanks. Panzer IIIs, amazing. You want them, take them. They're great. I maybe take them at if there were 3, I would have taken it 1 star, but there's not. I actually brought the autocannon car in B because I decided to take this little SDKFZ with a little AT gun in A, and I even took the Panzer IV-J recon. I don't usually take Panzer IV recon, but it was a very cheap recon tab, so I decided to take it in there. Infantry, your standard infantry, really nothing special here. One big note to make here, Panzer Grenadiers with Panzerfaust have been significantly buffed in their numbers. Before, it would be like 6-4, 6-4-2 or something in A phase. Now it's gone up to 8. B phase, it's at 16. It used to be only 12. This is a significant buff in the numbers for Panzer Grenadiers with Panzerfaust. So I strongly suggest going back through your decks and making sure that you update this so that you use more of the Panzerfaust Panzer Grenadiers instead, because now the numbers are much more favorable. Took some more. I actually skipped a card of Panzer Grenadiers to shove in some Stern Pioneers here. A lot of times my biggest issue with the 20th Panzer is I just don't have enough CQC infantry, close quarters combat, so I decided to put those in there. Tanks, great variety. Medium tanks, I took almost all the cards of Panzer IVs. Panzer IIILs were offered. I took them because they're, again, fantastic. I didn't fit this little Stug assault gun thing in. I don't think it's necessary, especially with the other armor that you have. I bring it all in vetted. I had a Panther in here, but I took it out for this Jagdpanzer IV instead. This is way more cost effective than the Panther. These things are fantastic, so that's why I bumped that out and put this in instead. Flameworthers, I decided to try this flame tank. They got a pretty serious buff in the last patch, or I believe in this patch, so I want to give these a try. I haven't tried them yet. Otherwise, if they stink, I'll go back to the Panzer IV here, which is a very good, solid infantry support tank. MG42s, grills, so I have a little bit of long-range reach. I always like to have one of these if I can in my support tab, because these can be really effective on an open map. Then we have our anti-tank tab, really strong. Pack 40s in each of these phases. I don't think this thing is worth it. It's only one. You only get one. It has basically no armor. It's going to die to everything. It still takes 2 shots to kill stuff. So like every gun of this glass cannon sort of effect, it's going to die before it actually kills anything. I don't think it's worth it. It's 2,000 meters nice, but I don't think this is going to get there, which is why I didn't put it in there. Took 2 Pack 40s instead, 2 cards of Panzer Schreck-esque units. Actually, I would have loved to fit in this Panzer III. Martyr 3. These are generally really cost-effective units. They do a great work. They're Pack 40 on a tank. Really good. Didn't fit them in. Might in the future. Who knows? Jagdpanzer IV. These are fantastic. You kind of want to take these when you can. Really high armor, solid penetration. These beat most other medium tanks and crush most allied armor. This is like a brick wall for the Americans and even for a lot of Soviet divisions. Anti-air, a lot of options. Tons of options. This Famo 88 mil is a new unit. It's an 88 mil. It's an 88 on a tank. Essentially, it's nothing super duper special, but hey, it's an 88. So it's good. Took the 20 mils. I decided to take the Beretta 20 mils in B phase. I think these are better than these. Statistically, I think they're almost identical, but for some reason, I always just feel like these function better. I don't know why. It's just one of those. Sometimes you just get a feel from in game that's just different than what the stats suggest. Great artillery tab. You don't get many slots though. There's a ton of variety, not many slots. It's kind of sad. I couldn't even fit the SK-18, which is usually an auto pick for me. Very good artillery piece. Got to take that 81 mil mortar though. Super good with the radio artillery, and then the Werfrahmen 280 millimeter. This thing it's like an off map essentially. It'll just erase an area. Very strong. Love to take those when I can. Down here we have our airplanes, which are actually quite good. We have some very strong fighters. The Italian Sagittario. We've seen this before in the first Fallschirmjäger. Very good fighter. Functions great. Very solid. Now there's a second card here, and I almost just auto took both of these because I was like, well, these are definitely better than the BF-109 G6R6. But this is not the G6R6. This is the G6R4, which the difference is right here. It gets two 30mm guns. This thing just melts stuff out of the air. This is really powerful. Be aware that this is not your normal BF-109 G6. This is the upgun version. I think you only see it in like the 352nd Infantry and like one other random division. These guys, this does a lot of damage. This will shoot things out of the sky really fast. It's still got bad resilience, so be careful with it, but it's very strong. So that's why I took this over the Italian fighter. Falkenwolf. Medium resilience, excellent ground attack plane. You want these things. And they're pretty good availability 4 and B phase. And I decided to try out this new bomber. I don't have great hopes for it. It's a very good resilience bomber. Kind of slow. If I don't like it, I'll switch it out for another one of the Falkenwolf, and that'll just do better. So the only thing I realized, I just realized I don't have is any supply for these Wurfwammen. So I'm going to have to cut something to find some space for some supply here to reload. To reload those Wurfwammen, otherwise I won't be able to. I guess what I would probably I'll probably take these Panzervernichtung. These are fantastic units, but I'm gonna have 8 coming in, and I have a lot of tanks, so infantry AT might be a little lower on my priority scale. So instead, then I'll take this Opel Blitz munition, and that is specifically for this 280mm Wurfwammen, and of course the mortar as well. So that fills that. That's very important. So that's the 26th Panzer. I have high hopes for this division. I think it's going to see a lot of play. If you enjoy this content, please consider dropping a like and subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.